Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Blessings to all of you. So we are born as babies, and our first dependency is towards our parents, especially to our mother. And this dependency does not stop for quite a long time. And the idea that we have a little child in us is correct, yeah, and that is the way we experience ourselves in the beginning. So integrating this little child means that you have to become your own father and your own mother, yeah. But before that step, there is something what we talked before, and is the golden child. That is the child that is indefeatable and invincible, right? It is this protected child. Yeah. That is one of the reasons why in so many stories about prophets, it starts with their infancy, it starts with their birth and what happened to them after the birth. And it happened very strong things. They were life-threatened, but they survived it in the best ways, no? And didn't have a damage, even they were in this horrible threat that they must have felt it. And the parents have felt it, and the child will feel it. So there is this golden child that is in big crises, you connect to it. You connect to this being in you that is undamageable. Yeah, when there is a very strong happening, a shocking happening, you will come into contact with that golden child. However, to integrate that little one, it is important that you become your own mother, your own father. And when that is established, you become a man or a woman. You become an adult. And this would be the moment that we say in the spiritual practicing, this is the moment where you start actually to make the practicing, because then it will work. Yeah. You can see it almost everywhere. When the Westerners in their complex situation come and they start to meditate, no, and there's millions and hundreds of millions of people meditating, no? And unfortunately, we have a very similar situation now also in the East, because it becomes through the media as a kind of global upbringing, no? And these healthy relationships, which we had more in the East, they are also decaying. So as long as we are in this trouble of integrating our inner child, things like meditation, things like zikrs have very little effect. Yeah. What actually happens is, and that you see also, is that there comes a kind of spiritual inflation. Yeah, you think even you're in this child state, you want to become a sheikh, you want to become a master, and that already shows that something is not really all right here, you know, because the adult, the man or the woman, yeah, is content. And they do what Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi says, they do the necessary, and they try for the impossible. Yeah. And the impossible is to get enlightened. Yeah. That is something widely misunderstood in the West, that we think that we can make ourselves enlightened in that sense through our efforts. We will get enlightenment. This is not the case. Yeah. Enlightenment is a result that happens to you, unknowing when it can happen. It is not in our hands. Yeah. There are certain prescriptions. No, when you are an adult and you meditate, you do zikr, you do prayers, you have a spotless ethic life. No, These would be the conditions that somehow it can manifest, but it is not a grant. No. Therefore, it happens, as we can see in history, rarely. It is happening to a very little amount of people. No. But if we reach already the level of becoming a man or a woman, that is a very awakened level already. Yeah. That is the level where you are content, where you are knowing what you have to do and knowing what you should not do. Yeah. That is the level where you find a good pace in your life, a good rhythm. And the neediness is of having things, the neediness of being somebody, the neediness or the fear of insecurity, of being in all kinds of fears decreases drastically. No? So this is basically the work. And for this reason, what happens in most of the Sufi tarikats is that the sheikh will start to pump the ego up, no? To somehow give you more confidence, to create more trust towards yourself, so that you can become your mother and your father. Yeah. He is, of course, a father in place or a mother in place. No. So knowing this helps us to understand very easy where we are. Yeah. So if your neediness is very high, if your feeling of insecurity in your life is very high, if your position is that you don't know really what to do in your life, what you're here for, and so on. Let's say the confusion about yourself is very high. That means you're still in the child state. Yeah. So for such a person, it is very important to look for the basics, no? To make sure that they work out the situation with their mother and their father. And that's why it says in the book of love, honor your mother and father. That is immediately the first suggestion, honor. Honor it so you can honor your own mother, your own father then. You can become it, because if you lock yourself in the conflict with your parents, you cannot let them go and do your own work, right? So this would be in short the description of how the spiritual path works. And as our master used to say when they asked him about meditation, he said, meditation is for masters, you know. And if you compare the times in which meditation was created thousands of years ago, it makes sense, because at that time, the social structures were in a complete different level than nowadays. No? Therefore, make sure that first you become a good man, a good husband, a good son, a good daughter. That makes you easier, that enables you finally to become your own mother, your own father, and to reach the maqam of a man and a woman. Yeah. And that will reflect in your relationships as well. That will reflect in all your life. You know? And from then on, the path can become short. Yeah. Because whatever you will do then, the practicing that you have done maybe already before, but it has not taken too much fruit, will take a lot of fruit. No? Thank you very much. May Allah bless you all on your journey, and see you soon again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.